Hi, I'm Rochelle Potkar, and I wish you a unified world of peace and understanding. The poems I will read today are three for the Panorama International Literature Festival 2020 and its theme of Vasudeva Kutumbakam. The first one is called The Earth Remembers. The earth remembers her orange-spotted filed fish and quivering trees, kidnapped polar bears, gods, penguins, missing corals and golden toads, rub marks against barks in the smell of territorial piss, muscle memory of travesties. She remembers the brink of brink, who used what and how much, erasing carbon calligraphies, green to grey, temperatures rising in a room each year by 2 degrees, in gatherings of ground-up hurricanes, prayer songs of beating hearts, the earth remembers her Chipko movement. 20th century Rajasthan, Amrita Devi and 85 others, sticking their backs to save the unfelled, balding forests in fodder and firewood, cars making the roads small, hands into cave mouths and tigers prowling the city banks eating up children. Expropriation in green to rust, no clock ticking backwards. The earth remembers the heart of a dying lake, gut, where all breathe an equal air of light bulb promises. No crisis on the plate. The cost of a dreamer's laziz fare, without heat waves, rising sea levels, closest to the front lines with your chest bare. No central heating or cooling systems. Disproportionate hot and cold places in lost battles. The earth remembers her stare. Housekeeping what gets dirty, cleaning up after the dance. Civil disobedience for unseen ribs in the hens and eggs, the cow and her milk, the land and her mines, green bells and deserts. The earth remembers her bowels of toxic dump, waters polluted, bodies submerged, emissions in worrisome bubbles. How much it took to grow a toddler nation against an adult one. Clean combustion, equalizing a platter, vacant lots of gardens, rust to green. Radiations in the face of imperialism, overconsumption, capitalism, greed. The earth remembers her severed temper. Today in the pandemic, the job losses and unemployment world over makes me think of the place of work, the corporate, post the industrial revolution and industriousness in ourselves. What is a corporate? A place of actualizing our skills or being undervalued? A place of drudgery, career ladders or self-actualization? Well, I understand work is worship, but only if you are at the right temple. This is a poem translated from Marathi called Corporate, the original poem by Sanket Matre. Corporate. Each day, a corporate slithers in me. I have regimented my organs to work under duress, commanding my eyes to ignore truisms and scan people's capabilities with infernal suspicion, to unsee truth. If someone seems believable under the lens, I have disciplined my retinae to erase their memory from the muster sheets of biometricized eyelids. I have instructed my eyes to shutter down to the unsavory song of birds and instead train for the muffled voices of office politics coming through thick glass, so one ear doesn't hear what the other one hears. My anarchical organs agitate, murmuring against me through their grapevine, of course. Nonetheless, I have served my heart a massive target to continue living productive and stress-free. As rivalry brews between my mutinous limbs, millions of blood corpuscles force merge. This desperate body of mine sends a monthly performance report to my brain boss over cricks, cracks and crumbs of bones. My appraisal is settling. I have stalled the production of my thoughts because if there is no demand, why supply at all? On all my employee organs, the diktat of a deadline is enduring. Though these pig-headed mutant devices, awash in grey blood, meet during lunch hour to bitch about me in oppressed voices. All have vicious trouble with me, it seems. Even after this, not one goes on a strike. They are back to work in repressed resilience. My inner township slaving an expansion, manufactory-like, as humanity's aboriginal mills of sweat and blood get axed down. Corporate. And my third poem, dear friends, is when I thought about capitalism and toys. You, dear listener, can tell me what you interpret of these poems. This last poem, called The Toys of Chitrakoot. From Burkul to Gular, mango, shisham, green bamboo, slow heated, drawing moisture off limbs. Bodies pass through lime glue, bound with tamarind seed paste. The toy maker traces features, fine stroking with hammer, filing paint, bringing dolls to life under wigs. He remembers his children, vacant-chested, sent back from school, kitchen stoves clutching cooking pots with no food, leaves of cacti lacquering on lathe, colored by his expectant wife with alta and turmeric, a brush from goat's hair, clay, oil, lac, dye, spread amid dreams, rags, watercolor, red sanders, carving kingly elephants, and highlighting trains to build bridges for aeroplanes, rattles, horse carriages, to make new women. As the rain chisels on flat land, plastic bubbles from machines, Chinese toys overcasting the market, given to sacrificing a child's play of pots, teacups, dirt, rope, cardboard boxes, before the gods on eves of weddings, rites of passages, in chorus fingers of samsaric sawdust. Now, concave-eyed sculpting, the toy maker makes a toy for himself. For when his children leave to become mechanical engineers in irreverent cities, trapped in a crucible of water, rippling reflections from Dudi Sundari, Pankhi, Koraiya wood, in warehouses of idols with no boon powers, bangle stands that act like fortresses. His minuscule house dangles with hay to the winds. The toy maker plants molten gobs around a pipe and blows from the reverberating caves of his ribs, splintering breath, burying his howls deep, blossoming glass moons under cloud capitalisms, as the rain dwindles all his footprints on the rough earths of Chitrakoot. I take this opportunity to thank Panorama International Literature Festival 2020 and hope to participate with all of you, dear friends, in Mysore next year in 2021.